Toronto design duo Chloé comme Parris have a penchant for combining custom prints and hardware. We met up with the sisters at their Toronto studio where they talked about their latest collection and their plans for international domination. Parris, I know you oversee the accessory design and the jewelry and all the hardware in the line.
Yes.
And you're doing all the fashion design. Describe to me what each of you brings to Chloé comme Parris.
Chloé is definitely very abstract, whereas I can be very literal in interpreting inspiration, and it mixes really well, and the advice we give each other is opposite to what we would think ourselves, so it definitely helps a lot that we do two different things.
Everything that's made under Chloé comme Parris is approved by both of us. We just went to school for different disciplines, so naturally we're just in charge of different departments.
Tell us about growing up. Were you both designing and did you have ambitions like this?
I remember always being really creative, always being really concerned with what I was wearing.
I remember my mom would always sew her own clothes, and I would always sit by her at her sewing machine watching her make things.
And now your mom's also involved with the label.
She hand draws all the prints and also decides on where they should be placed, what garments they should be for, the fabrics they'll be printed on, chooses the color palette for them.
Tell us about this new collection that we're looking forward to seeing.
We usually pick a period in history and then contrast it with a period in modern times. So we chose Rococo in Europe as our historical, and then we chose grunge in the early 90s as our modern.
Visually, it kind of looks like beautiful destruction, a really luxurious textile, but then all the seams are ripped and fraying, and it's been studded and slashed.
So you're both so incredibly young and you've accomplished so much. What are your ideal ultimate dreams for Chloé comme Parris?
I think we still feel like we're in the infancy of our brand. We need to expand to the rest of North America, the States, and then overseas to Europe.
How much of a role does Toronto as a city play an influence in your fashion and in your line?
I mean, it's great people watching, street style watching in certain areas. When you're living in a city and you're designing for a city girl, it's essential.
There's a lot of subtlety to our line, and I think that is a reflection of being Canadian and being a little bit more, I don't know, easygoing, relaxed.